Hi guys, Julia here from JM Squared Vintage. Welcome back to the channel. I am here today with the bins haul. Solid day at the bins. It was another day that I was kind of limited on time. I think I only had about 2 hours. That means I had to get in there, set up my space, do all my shopping, do my final passes, check out and leave in about 2 hours. And I think I have about 37 pieces here, but some really cool vintage, some brands I've never picked up before, some really cool style picks, lots and lots and lots to talk about. But before we get started here, guys, if this is your first time here, if this is the first time you are stumbling on my channel, first and foremost, welcome. I am Julia, that is my name. We talk all things thrifting and vintage and the business of reselling on the internet here. If that sounds like something that you might be into, consider hitting subscribe down below. I would love to have you along on this journey. But with all that being said, guys, we've got a lot to get through. We've got a lot to talk about. So why don't you go grab yourself a snack, grab yourself a drink. You know I've got my matcha latte. So sit back, relax, and let's get into the goods. We'll kick this off with this cute little piece from Maeve, and I absolutely love this. This is 100% linen. It's got these nice blouson sleeves. It's got a little ruffle detail here at the neckline. It's buttoned down. This feels like brand new. There is like a very distinct feel to brand new linen, and this has it. So I'm gonna guess that this was maybe worn once, if at all. It's a size small. Sold comps on this shirt in particular are between like 35 and 50 bucks. So somewhere around there. This is very springy, but guys, right now, I'm filming this in the second week of December. Now is the time to start picking up for spring. As soon as Christmas is over, you've got a little bit of that like deep freeze winter, but spring breaks start in early March. A lot of people take beach vacations in January and February. It's one of the cheapest times of the year to travel. So like start picking up that stuff that can be worn in warmer temperatures. You know, for me, I'm in Southern California. That is just like what we have available to us. We have much less like winter wear available to us here. But the kind of crazy thing is now is about the time that our thrift stores are clearing out swimwear and swim cover-ups. So there's always a ton of it in the bins right now. And now is really the time to start stocking up on that stuff, so you can have it ready to go when the beach travel season kind of starts. Next up, now if I ever see something like this and I leave it behind, slap me clear across the face, please and thank you. This is a 70s vintage velour Henley shirt. The brand on this is Hartog of California. It's cream. This feels brand new. It is spotless clean. And I'll tell you, like, it is so clean. It's so pristine that I actually had to double check and make sure that it was vintage. But also, like, can we bring this stuff back? Look at the little size tag there. It's got a little pipe with a heart-shaped smoke cloud over it, like whimsy, you know? Something like this I'll get probably somewhere 25 to 35 bucks, and no doubt this will go pretty quickly. Again, something in that good a condition, in that color. These velour shirts always sell very well for me. They just have a forever demand for them, and something in that kind of condition, that'll go in no time flat. Next up, now this is a brand that I see from time to time. I don't pick it up a ton, but I figured I'd give it a try on this one. This is from Karl Lagerfeld Paris. Now, this line has always confused me because of who Karl Lagerfeld is. He was not the nicest man in the world. And to have something like Chanel and then a line like this, which is like a price point contemporary wear line, was just very confusing. But money is money, and let's all be clear that Choupette was the real brains of the operation there. But anyway, this is a brand new with tags dress. The reason I picked it up is because it is brand new with tags. It's a little black dress. It does have this really cool lace on the sleeve, and I don't know if you can kind of see it, but like there are letters in the lace, and it's like Karl Lagerfeld letters, right? So I just thought that that was really interesting, and again, a perfect little black dress. Now, sold comps on similar dresses. I haven't been able to find this one with the lace on the sleeves. I found one that's very similar that just has sheer sleeves, but none with the lace. Sold comps are like 50, 60 bucks, so we'll see how this does. Oh, little sparkly buttons too. Let me know, do you see Karl Lagerfeld a lot? Is it a brand that you pick up? I've just always had like a negative association to it because I kind of have a negative association to Karl Lagerfeld, but I figured I'd give it a try. It is brand new with tags, and you know, at the end of the day, it's a nice dress, and I hate to see stuff like that go into the waste stream, especially when it's like a perfect little black dress with the tag still on it. So we'll see how it does, but let me know if you pick up Karl Lagerfeld, and if so, how does it do for you? All right, next up, we've got this great little chunky turtleneck. This is from Uniqlo, but it's one of their collaboration designs. That little label there with the C is their collaboration with Claire White Keller. She is a British designer, does a lot of like traditional, kind of like classic British touches. She was the creative director of Chloe, I think Pringle of Scotland as well. Either way, this is just like a little chunky navy blue mock neck turtleneck, the mock neck being very hot right now. It is a size medium, very oversized fit. And for something like this isn't one of their like plus J pieces that's like merino wool or whatever. This is like a cotton blend. So I'll probably see about $30 on this, maybe a little bit more. The special collaboration pieces that they do tend to sell a little bit higher than their mainline pieces, though Uniqlo does tend to be incredible bang for your buck. I'm forever keeping my eyes out for the plus J label. I'll see if I can find a picture of one of the labels here. It's pretty unassuming, so if you don't know what you're looking at, you'll probably go right past it. But that's their collaboration that they did, which I don't think is happening anymore, with Jill Sander, who is one of my personal favorite designers. And those pieces have sold very, very well for me, so keep an eye out for them. Next up, oh, this is so funny. So this is a Tularosa dress, which I've actually never found Tularosa ever. And Tularosa is sold at Revolve. They're pretty expensive. And this is like a little white mini dress with these beautiful blouson sleeves. And if it looks like there's some like yellowing on it, you're not wrong. Here's the logo, in case you are unfamiliar with it. This is a case of somebody who had a spray tan right before they wore this dress and maybe didn't wash it off, or maybe sweat quite a bit. The good thing is, spray tan is protein based, and this is all cotton, outside and in. So this is something that will come out really, really easily with like a little bit of OxiClean. So I will get this soaked and I will get it washed, and this will probably come out good as new. For this dress in particular, I've been seeing sold comps at about 60 to 80 bucks. So Tularosa, a really good brand to get. They're not as hot as they were a few years ago, but still definitely to pick up, especially if you see it at the bins. But also, guys, if you get spray tans, rinse them off before you put on white clothing. Just PSA. This is a PSA, words to live by. Let's shower off that sunless tanner before you put on an all white dress. Next up, okay, so this is actually for a friend of mine, and this is a weird little thing. So this is just a little polo Ralph Lauren black polo shirt. The reason I grabbed this, my friend is a short king, and I always ask my friends, I'm like, is there anything you want me to keep my eyes out for while I'm out thrifting? Like, I do this professionally. I'm there all the time and I find great stuff. So like, if there's something in particular that you like, let me know and I'll keep my eyes out for it. Yeah, because these shirts are so expensive. But the reason he wants it is because it's got the 2-button placket. The newer polo shirts have 3 buttons. And for him, again, he's a short king, so he's got a little bit less of a torso. And the 3-button placket comes a little bit too low on him. So he asked me to keep my eye out for the 2-button polo shirts. So this is for him, not for sale, but just an interesting little tidbit. If you are on the shorter side, or if you have somebody that is a little bit shorter in stature in your life, keep your eyes out for those 2-button plackets, because I guess that's a thing that people know of. Anyway, that's going off to the side. That's for my friend. Oh, okay, this is wild. So this is a handmade shirt, and I'm gonna further elaborate and say that this is homemade. So this, I saw this, and it's this pretty like white with yellow flowers fabric, but it's this Western style shirt, and I love it. I think that this was probably made like in the 70s, and you can kind of see like the finishing is, I don't think that this was done by a professional. Like, look at the corner of the collar. If you look at the little like triangles, the little like, I guess these are supposed to be like bar tacks. I think that those are like reinforcing pieces. They're all like hand embroidered with embroidery floss. So I'm not quite sure, either this was homemade from like a pattern, or this was maybe something that was made for like a theater costume. This feels a little ornate to be made for a theater costume, but I thought it was so cute. I mean, something like this, I'm not sure what I'll get for it, but you know, somebody put a lot of time and a lot of effort into it. There's a lot of detail on this piece. So maybe 20 or 30 bucks on it. Like, style wise, for sure, like this would sell. And if I put this up on a hanger at like the Rose Bowl flea market or at like Melrose Trading Post, it would sell in no time flat. Western style shirts are red hot, at least in LA. So we'll see what I get, but I just thought that that was so charming, you know? Next up, oh, this was so cute. So this is a little mesh skirt with a cherry print on it. The brand on this is Minga London, and it's got another logo here on the back. This is like the back hip here. And it's midi length, it's mesh, and it's 2-layer. I like that the lining kind of ends a few inches above the hem. So this is a brand, I mean, it kind of feels a little bit like Doll's Kill in terms of the style of clothing. It's a little bit more like alt clothing that they carry. It is, of course, London based and probably like mid-range cost-wise, maybe like a little bit more expensive than like a Zara, which again is kind of where Doll's Kill for the most part lives in terms of their pricing. But sold comps on this skirt in particular are about 30 to 35 bucks. So a great little find and definitely very on trend. Lots of keywords that I can use for this, you know, but the cherries can kind of span from like the retro style into like the 90s into like the alt goth, whimsy goth world. So this should sell in no time flat. Size medium, perfect condition. All right, next up, we've got this little North Face hoodie, which is interesting. So it's a pink North Face hoodie. It's like a spell out logo, tonal. And I thought it was just kind of like a boxy, like oversized hoodie, but this is actually a size 3XL, women's size 3XL. So I'm interested to see how this does. I've never had a plus size North Face piece. So I'm interested to see how this does. Plus size pieces usually do quite well for me. So I'm interested to see how this does. It's in great condition. Again, the North Face is generally like a reliable seller for me, and I'll probably see like $25 on this. That's about what I see for North Face hoodies specifically. But most of the times the hoodies that I pick up from the North Face are men's. So not only do I rarely get women's hoodies, but I rarely get women's plus size hoodies. So let's see how this does. Next up, this little Banana Republic dress, and I've been dipping my toe into the Banana Republic world. This is like a career dress, so high neck. It's got these kind of, these are like ever so lightly padded, so I love like a strong shoulder moment. Especially if you're somebody with curves, like I have, you know, a big bust, so I like a stronger shoulder moment because it helps balance that out. But this is a size 14. It's in fantastic condition. Again, this is either like a cocktail dress or a career dress. So we'll see how this does. It is in like perfect condition. I'm gonna guess probably worn just a few times, but there's still a lot of people out there who have to wear this kind of stuff to the office. And there's a lot of attorneys, stuff like that, where they're in court and they have to wear like professional dress. This is perfect for something like that. I'm not quite sure what I'll get on this, maybe somewhere between like 30 and 50 bucks. I've had Banana Republic dresses go for like $60 and I've had them go for like 19. So I'm still working on building out my consensus on Banana Republic. If you have a lot of experience with it, drop it in the comments just so I can kind of add a little bit more data to what I've got going. I would love to pick up every Banana Republic piece that I see because I think that Banana Republic is like top of the mid-price game in terms of quality. And I would love to be getting that stuff out of the waste stream. Next up here, I've got this cute little piece. This is another plus size piece, and this is from Arula. And Arula was like the plus size sister to Altered State. And I don't think that they exist anymore, but I just thought that this was really adorable. So it's like a lightweight waffle knit, and it's this cute little like baby doll, almost peplum fit. It's a little bit boxy. It's got nice long sleeves. This feels brand new. It's a size B, which I'm not sure what size that is. I'm gonna have to dig to see if I can find the size charts for Arula, but again, perfect condition. Something like this, I'll probably see somewhere 25 to 35 bucks. Let me know if you have a ton of experience. I've never picked up Arula before. I haven't really seen much of it. And the pieces that I have seen have been very well loved. So I'm giving it a try here. So let me know. Let me know how it does for you. Have you noticed, I think it only shut down in the last couple months. If you do a lot with Arula, have you noticed an uptick in desirability because it is no longer available retail? Let me know. Very, very cute though. Next up, this is a brand I love to see and I haven't seen it in so long, and that is Cut Loose. So Cut Loose is made here in California. I'm pretty sure that they're up in the Bay Area, and they do a lot of like linen, kind of lightly log and look style stuff. Everything I've ever picked up from Cut Loose has sold pretty quickly for generally $20, $25 minimum. This is like a white mesh top. It is a size extra small, which is kind of a bummer. The larger sizes, of course, in this kind of clothing do tend to sell very well for me, but I just thought this was so cute. Again, this is very sheer, right? So you can see my hand through there. And it's got a little boat neck, perfect condition, a little bit of a longer line. I don't know if this is meant to be like a layering tee, so like you wear it underneath something or not. And also, I don't know the fabric content. Like, there's no content label in here. And again, usually cut loose is like hemp or linen or whatever. So I'm gonna guess that this is like a very lightweight linen or cotton knit. Again, 20, 25 bucks, probably minimum on this. I've never seen anything like this from them, so I'll do a little bit more research, but keep your eyes out for that label. I absolutely love it, feel comfortable paying up for it. It's a bolo. And especially if you can find one of the more like significant pieces, you'll get a great price for it. Next up, this is another brand I've never really picked up. This is from Chelsea 28, which I believe is a brand sold at like Nordstrom and Bloomingdale's. The reason I got this is because it's size 1X. So that is the label. Do let me know if you pick this up, if you sell quite a bit of it. But again, the main reason I picked it up is it's a black maxi dress, which everybody loves a black maxi dress. It is ever so slightly high-low. It's still pretty much maxi length, and then it's got an open back here. Pretty sure that that back still comes up where it's gonna cover a bra strap. So it's just a great little closet staple. There's a little bit of ruching here on the front, and the fabric feels kind of lightweight and cottony. So sold comps on similar Chelsea 28 pieces are between like 30 and 40 bucks. So somewhere between like 25 and 40 on this. I'm interested to see how it does. I just thought it was a really cute little piece and a great little like little black dress, great like closet staple. Oh, this is so cool, and I very well might be keeping this. So I have this sweatshirt, it says empathy right across the front and always on the sleeve, and I get every time I wear it, people are like, where did you get your sweatshirt? It's from a brand called the Mayfair Group. It's expensive. It's something I bought for myself for my birthday, I think like 3 or 4 years ago. And I found another one. This is one that I think that they still make. I don't think that they still make the one that I have, the blue one with the white lettering. Pretty sure they still make an iteration of this. And it just says empathy across the front and always here on the sleeve. The tags have been cut out, so I don't know what size it is. I think that they come in 2 sizes. I think they come in like small, medium, and then large, extra large. And I'll try this on, and if it doesn't fit, I'll sell it, but I very well might be keeping this for myself because I do love that sweatshirt. It is very much like my thing, but if it doesn't, I'll be super happy to get this into the hands of somebody else. I want to say my sweatshirt was like $125, very expensive. Very expensive, I am aware. I love it though. And on the resale market, sold comps go about like $40 to $65. So either way, this was a happy find for me, whether I keep it or I sell it. Next up, this vintage cardigan, I cannot. So I saw this kind of sticking up out of a pile in the bins, and I like lunged so hard across the bin that I actually moved it. They're on wheels, but it's this cute little cardigan. So it's a wrap style cardigan, and this is the collar. So adorable. So it's got these are very much like 3D flowers. And I think that the thing I love the most is the sleeves are kind of bell shaped and they have a little flower here at the end. My initial thought was that this was handmade, but there is the remnants of a tag in here, and it's a pretty big tag. So I'm interested to see if I can figure out who made this from like a Google image search or something like that. But either way, like I don't care. This will sell just because of how ridiculously adorable this is. It's a little tie around cardigan. It's so cute. Definitely a size small. I'll have to get some measurements on it, but like I'll probably see like 40 bucks on this, and I think that this will fly out of my closet. I can keyword it so many different ways, and it is just precious. This is precious. There's no other word for this. Darling? We can use darling. Absolutely the cutest thing I've ever seen. Oh, and in fantastic condition. I do think that this is all acrylic though. I don't think that there's, maybe it's like a cotton acrylic blend, but for the most part that feels like acrylic. Doesn't matter, it's adorable. Okay, so this was an interesting one. So I felt this waistband in the bins, and my immediate thought was this feels like the Row. I found 2 pairs of pants from the Row, and they both had waistband, like the construction felt identical to this. This is so beautifully made. Like look at the interior construction. These are women's pants. Like the interior construction is just so dreamy. And then I pull it out, and the pants themselves are this like ultra wide leg with a cuff at the bottom, and the fabric feels like an absolute dream. This is definitely 100% cotton. It's like a lightweight twill. I don't know if you're really seeing that. It is picking up all the lint in my world. So the brand on this is Ale. So when I first saw this, I did not know this brand before I picked it up. This was 100% like a quality and style pickup. So when I first picked it up and I did a Google image search, it kept telling me that it was Age, AJE, which is an Australian brand, also extremely high end. Also makes a ton of stuff that looks just like this. So all along, I'm thinking that that's what this is. But as I'm checking this into my spreadsheet, I'm like, I'm just not seeing any labels for this Age brand that look like this. So I start to do a little bit more digging. And I find this company, and they're based in Paris, ALE Paris. And so they are a designer, like a very, very curated designer secondhand store, but they also make some of their own garments, but they take dead stock fabrics from the haute couture ateliers all around Paris. So for all I know, this could be fabric from the row. I don't think that they operate I think that they're based in New York. Either way, these are just, oh, I would kill for these to be my size. This is so my jam. But like, look at the interior design. Like, this is the backside of the fly. This just drips with quality. Like, every little like detail is so finely finished. They're a small size. I'm gonna guess that this is probably like a size 4. And I don't see any size tags on there. I'm gonna guess that these were maybe like custom made for a client. It looks like they do that as well. So I'll have to get some measurements on it, but these I just love. These were probably $400 or $500 new. I'm not obviously privy to what their custom piece prices are, but I'll probably see somewhere like $50 to $150 on these. And again, just something that I think will sell based on style alone. But it's one of those things where like, I wish people could like feel the things that I have for sale, because if you feel this, you would understand how absolutely gorgeous this is. And may the thrift gods bring this pair of pants to me in my size, because I would wear these every day. Obsessed. 2 more things in the first bag here, and the first piece we have is this cutie from Aritzia. This is from Wilfred. I love this shirt. This is like a nice big blouson sleeve. It's like a nice crepe fabric. It's got this really pretty corset style top. It's completely soft, so there's no boning, but it has the look of a corset. This neckline though is so flattering. It's a size medium, but this neckline, the way that it goes all the way out to here, and it kind of goes like right along the top of the décolletage, like this is such a flattering neckline on pretty much anybody ever, especially if you are somebody who is like narrow up top and you want to look a little bit broader. Something like this, though you'll have to be a little bit tricksy keeping these sleeves on your shoulders. Double stick tape is a wonderful thing. This is the neckline you're looking for to make you look a little bit broader up top. It's just gorgeous. I love that the smocking on the back is really like kind of heavy duty. So despite the fact that this corset has no boning, the smocking will give you a good bit of support because it's not like loosey-goosey. That is made to keep this shirt snatched. So this shirt I'll probably see somewhere like 28 to 35 on it. It's very much in style. It's something, again, it's white, so I can use bachelorette, bridal, I can use all those keywords. And that's really like a seasonless top that can easily be worn in the winter. It can easily be worn in the summer. 2 more pieces in the first bag, and this is just a ridiculous little vintage 80s sweatshirt. I cannot resist these kind of things. There are a ton of people out there looking for stuff like this. And the funny thing is, when I felt this fabric, anybody who was a kid in the 80s would recognize this immediately. This was like every like leotard we had was made of this like smooth, this is like a spandex. I don't want to pull on it too much. It is probably 40-year-old spandex. The elastic is maybe not in the best shape, but it is definitely spandex, and I definitely immediately recognized it. But this is all sequined and embroidered and super, super cute. I wonder, like, I feel like this could have been something that somebody made, but the brand on it is Marcia, and there is no size on it. In terms of like just eyeballing it, this is probably a small or a medium, but it's super cute. And again, probably like 25 bucks on this. These kind of things always do surprise me and sell quite quickly. And the last little piece in the first bag here is this great little white button-down shirt from Grayson. This is such a Bolo brand. Grayson, which is a brand that is no longer with us, was founded by the founder of Frank and Eileen, which if you don't know Frank and Eileen, you should absolutely have that on your radar. Extremely expensive high-end basics brand. And Grayson was made to be like the more affordable option. But what she found was that she wasn't able to maintain the quality of fabric and construction that she wanted in a way that was profitable enough to like stay afloat. So that's saying something when you know that like the dresses were $288 and the shirts were probably like $188. So this will probably sell. Obviously it's so wrinkled. I'm gonna give it a wash and an air dry and give it a nice steam. It'll look good as new. And it's a size medium. I'm gonna guess that this will probably sell like 40, 50 bucks. Grayson is very expensive and very, very sought after. And again, has a little bit of that scarcity magic going with it because the brand is no longer with us, and like every day one of those things rips, and that's one less that will ever exist on this planet, right? So keep your eyes out for it. If that is not a label that you already have on your radar, make sure it is on your radar. All right, next up, this is a cute little dress from Urban Outfitters, and I don't often pick up things from Urban Outfitters, but I have picked up 2 or 3 of these specific dresses in the past, and they've done quite well for me. They are like maxi length, they're a linen blend. I like the butter yellow and the kind of yellow and brown print. It feels very right now. It's a size small. It is partially lined in cotton, which I love. Nothing drives me more nuts than when you have like a beautiful linen dress and the lining is polyester or worse, like acetate. I'm like, guys, you're defeating the whole purpose of that gorgeous natural fiber that you have on the outside. Spend the extra 75 cents to have cotton instead of a polyester lining. Like it's not that much more expensive. But either way, this is super cute. And I'll probably see like 28 to like 35 on this. That's about what I've gotten for these pieces. This is just one of those things from Urban Outfitters that I do pick up. I pick up their, I think they call them their souvenir shirts. They're kind of like cabana style shirts. Those sell really well. I'm very, very, very selective, even at the bins, with what I pick up from Urban Outfitters. I see a ton of stuff from there. But every once in a blue moon, I spot something that I know will be a quick mover. And even at the regular thrift, would I have paid like $12.99 for this? Probably not. But again, I say that from a lens of I have both bins locations where I see a ton of Urban Outfitters stuff and regular thrift locations available to me. If I were in a place that only has regular thrift stores available to me and maybe the pickings were a little bit more slim, that's a different set of decision criteria that I'd be working with. But for me, that's something that I probably would not have paid top dollar for. But if it was like $8, I probably would have grabbed that. But as I always say, be sure to take any advice that you get from me or any other creators that you follow and apply the lens of your unique business and your unique circumstances to it, because every single business, mine, yours, other creators, whatever, every single one of our businesses is different. Next up, Hello Brown Suede Pants. These are vintage, I'm gonna guess from the 90s. They're from Bagatelle. If anybody remembers Bagatelle, I feel like they used to also make bags. When I saw that name, I was like, did they used to make purses? And it makes sense, you know, if they're doing leather stuff. But this is a pair of brown suede pants. They're like straight leg. They're not quite tapered. They're not wide leg. They are a size 8. Are they fully lined? Fully lined, pretty much down to the ankle. They are in fantastic condition, with them being brown suede, with them being kind of a straight leg. They're like basically a size medium. I think that these will fly. These are very on trend. These are like an on trend vintage piece right now. I think that I'll probably see like 40 to 50 bucks on these. Any kind of like weird creasing that there is, I'll hit it with a little bit of a suede brush. It should clean right up. But like these are flawless. You know, like these do not look like they have been worn more than maybe once or twice. Now, again, they are still probably 30 years old, but I will forever be giddy when I find like a pair of suede pants in the bins in good shape. Like, how do they make it through what they have to make it through and land in the bins unscathed? Also, nobody bought these, you fools. These were priced up at $11.99 though, which, to be clear, if that was my size, is a screaming deal. Now, I've got feelings about Brandy Melville. They're not great feelings. If you want to understand why I don't have great feelings about them, go and watch the documentary Brandy Hellville. I think it's on Hulu. Let me double check. It's HBO Max. And I'm gonna add on to that. That is required viewing if you are a reseller at all. If you ever get down on what it is that we do for a living here, please go and watch that documentary. It's 50% about the company and like the founders of Brandy Melville, and it's like 50% about textile waste on our planet, and it is truly upsetting. But anyway, this dress in particular is called the Jada dress. And this was like one of the first viral pieces of clothing that like ever existed. This is very like 2016 core. Everybody had these. This is like the boho festival core. These things still sell for like 20, 25 bucks. I have sold probably 15 of them. This is pretty much the only thing that I'll ever pick up from Brandy Melville. For the most part, Brandy Melville stuff will like kind of cap off at like 15, 18 bucks. They're not super expensive to start with, but yes, please go watch that documentary. Like I just want to redirect your focus back to that documentary. It is eye-opening. That's a kind way to put that. Please go watch that. And if you see the Jada dresses, really only in the bins. Do not be paying up. Do not be paying thrift store prices for that. Grab them because they still consistently sell fairly quickly for a great price. Next up, I've got this cute little dress. This is from Intimately Free People. And the Intimately dresses, when I get my hands on them, do sell quite well. So this is like a black lace. It's got that like eyelash lace trim here, cap sleeves, high neck, and then the back is wide open. These kind of dresses will sell probably about 30 bucks for me. This is a size small, it's a mini length, and this is something that is like a perfect little black dress. It's stretchy, it's gonna be comfortable to wear, it's size small, but these things they sell very, very well for me. And it was probably a good $128 new. Like Free People stuff is so expensive, but that should be a fairly quick seller. Definitely something I'll want to showcase like on the mannequin, just because those open backs in unstructured fabrics are really hard to show on a hanger. So next up, we've got this cute little Pilcrow piece. Now this gives me a little bit of like Western vibes. It's like a little lightweight denim, and it's got the kind of twill weave, just like a traditional denim, but it's got these little blouson sleeves. It's got this pin tuck detail in the front. I like the kind of boxy cut of this. This will hit like right at hip bone. This is from Pilcrow, and sold comps on this shirt are between like 25 and 30. And again, it's just like a cute little elevated basic that I think many people can wear. It's a size medium. So this should sell fairly quickly. It looks like sell-through is pretty decent on this. And it's funny, this day at the bins, like I had probably 4 or 5 additional Anthropologie pieces in my basket and they got thrown back. So just a cute little like boho / Western piece there. Next up, this is a piece from True Grit, and True Grit is like wildly expensive. They do a lot of like casual wear for the ranching set. That's kind of like the best way that I can describe it. Like their stuff is not, you know, rugged. It's not Carhartt, right? Like this is not something that's meant to take like 50,000 abrasions before it wears through. Like this is double gauze. Double gauze in and of itself, just by nature of what it is and how it's woven, is not the strongest fabric. This was probably 160 bucks new. It is brand new with tags. It's a men's size XL in this nice like burnt orange color. Something like this on the resale market will probably go like 30 to 40. I've found much more women's True Grit than I have men's True Grit. They also own Dylan, which is another super expensive brand. They don't resell for like a super high portion of their retail price, but they still do resell quite well, and they are a brand that has like good recognition and people really love it. So love finding True Grit. It always kind of surprises me to find it around here, because in my mind this is so much more a like high desert mountain brand. Next up, this is a little top from Unique Vintage, and Unique Vintage is one of those brands that makes those great retro style dresses, great retro style skirts and stuff like that. But anything that comes from them sells quite well. In fact, I might have even sold the skirt that goes with this top. The funny thing is, I think that this is supposed to be like 70s style, and to me this just looks like the 90s. The 90s and the early 2000s. Like I remember going out in New York City and seeing guys wearing shirts. They look like biker shirts. That's why I always used to call them like bike messenger shirts. But either way, this has a lot of like retro keywords that you can use. Unique Vintage is just a brand that people know and love. And, you know, again, when you're dealing with like somebody who dresses with a retro style or somebody who dresses with like a log and look style, these are not trends that they're adhering to. This is their lifestyle. Like somebody who dresses in a log and look, like they spend their lifetime curating this wardrobe, and it exists completely separate from any kind of trends that happen in fashion. Same thing with retro style stuff. Like this is what they do. They dress in retro clothing and vintage clothing, and for them that is a lifestyle. It does not have anything to do with any kind of trends. Trends Trends will pull from them. Fashion will pull from their style from time to time in a cyclical fashion always. But for the most part, when you're dealing with something like this is like a reseller's best bet. Like if you are a reseller who doesn't know much about fashion and is not interested in knowing much about fashion, seeking styles like this that are more like for a specific lifestyle versus a currently happening trend is the way to go. Love this. I mean, this is a pretty insignificant piece from Unique Vintage, and I'll probably see 25 bucks on it. But with it being Unique Vintage, I have no doubt that this will sell quickly. Maybe when it gets a little warmer because it is short sleeve, but still. Next up, we've got another Free People piece, and this is We the Free. I actually have a question. So when I was checking this in, I noticed something. So this is, again, We the Free. These like basic shirts from We the Free sell so well for me. Every time, different colors, different silhouettes, different prints, but like the basic t-shirts, they just sell. I always list them for about $32. Probably half of them pop through as full price sales, and the rest I'll get between 20 and 30 on in general. And the thing that's interesting to me, now Free People is known for like pre-distressing their clothing, and the hemline here, you can tell that this is meant to look like this. And when I was checking it in, I saw this little like hole right here. And I'm like, oh no, like I missed that. I don't know how I missed that. And like, you know, it happens, right? Like it happens. You know, I've got some friends who are a size medium that I could give this to for like, you know, a cleaning shirt or like something that they wear around the house. But here's the interesting thing. This is double layer. So the outer layer is this rib, and then the inner layer is this super soft cotton. And this hole only goes through to the super soft cotton. So I don't know if this is on purpose or if this is something that happened by accident. So I'm gonna have to find this shirt to see if this is how it's supposed to be or not. This is definitely meant to look like a worn-in shirt, so we'll find out. But either way, if I do end up selling this, again, somewhere generally between 20 and 30 bucks. And if I don't sell this, this will go to my friend to be like a chore shirt. It's a super nice chore shirt, so I'm sure she'll love it. Okay, this is a weird one. So this is from Disneyland, and this is a Spirit jersey. Spirit jerseys, if you are unfamiliar, run about $90 in the parks. This in particular is their Pride collection. I want to say it was 2 or 3 years ago. Now, not all Disney merch is collectible, but some Disney merch is extremely collectible. I am going to give you the warning that if this is something that is of interest to you, you really need to have your finger on the pulse of what is hot in the parks at that moment, because it is very easy to go into it and really like blow a ton of money thinking that you are going to make tons of money like reselling things that you get at Disneyland or Disney World. That being said, this is their Pride collection. This Peter Max Fever Dream pattern was the pattern a couple years ago, and this is in particular fairly in demand. On the resale market, these are going between like 30 and 50 bucks. I mean, I love it. This is like so joyful and like colorful and all of it. This is the definition of dopamine dressing. So I'm interested to see, like I've only really been picking up like vintage pieces of Disneyland and Disney World merch. Obviously I'm in Southern California, so Disneyland is not too far away. Certainly see quite a bit more of that than I do Disney World, but I'm interested to see how this goes. This pattern was kind of a big deal when it came out, so we'll find out, but it's in great condition and just so fun. Maybe not something that'll sell until like Pride season, but we'll see. Okay, so this was a funny thing. So this is a little vintage sweater, super cute, lots of little cardinals. These kind of like granny style sweaters do well for me. This is obviously a little bit Christmas themed. And something happens, you know, when you hit like your mid-30s and you become into birds. It's a whole thing. If you are younger than 35, it's coming for you. We'll see you when you get here. And if you are above 35, you need to go fill your bird feeder. So, but anyway, there's a whole thing on like social media going around about it being, you know, gay cardinal season, because only male cardinals are this color, female cardinals are brown. And so much Christmas decor from over the years show like two, you know, like little lovebirds, two red cardinals like canoodling next to each other on a branch. And those are gay cardinals, it's a thing. So if you have anything like this in your store, you want to be sure that you are using gay cardinals, because that is something that people are actually searching for. Because companies have gotten wind of the fact that all cardinals that are red are males, they've stopped really producing stuff like this. So there's a bit of a weird, like, social media meme driven demand behind items that have all red cardinals. So just make sure that you're using gay cardinals in your listings, gay cardinals and gay cardinal season in your listings, because again, this is something that people are searching for and I find it hilarious. And once again, go top off your bird feeder because we take care of the birdies in this little corner of the internet. Next up, I got this cute little dress. This is from J. McLaughlin. And this is really only the second piece from J. McLaughlin that I've ever found. This is a little bit of like a stretch cotton. Again, white little mini dress, spaghetti straps, adjustable straps, very basic, but J. McLaughlin is a brand that people know and love. It's a very classic dress, so this could easily be 15 years old. It could easily be 2 days old. And something like this, you're gonna use bachelorette, bridal shower, you're gonna use graduation dress. We're going into the second half of the school year and a lot of people on graduation day will wear white dresses under their graduation gowns. That's a whole thing. Also initiation dresses, a lot of sororities will wear all white on initiation. So make sure you're using those keywords when you have all white stuff like that. I'm not quite sure what I'll get for it, maybe like 30 to 40 bucks. Hopefully it'll sell fairly quickly. Now let me fix this situation. Oh, next up, I found this little cache of pieces. Some of them were in not great shape, but these two were. So this is a little swim cover up and it's so wrinkled. This is gonna look so good when it is all like washed and steamed out. But this is from Surf Gypsy, and Surf Gypsy is a higher end resort wear, swimwear company, and they retail, this probably retailed like 140 bucks. I love these sleeves and I love these colors, this like blue and brown. I think it's really chic, and it, even though it is tie-dye, which is a little bit on its way out, this does not feel super trendy. It's off the shoulders and it's a size small. I'll probably see somewhere between like $30 and $40 on this. And right next to it, I found these adorable pants. So these are from, I'm gonna say this wrong, I think it's pronounced Pillyq, P-I-L-Y-Q, another high-end resort wear brand. Is that showing up there? There you go, Pillyq. And these are just some black lace flare leg pants. I mean, they are so cute. Imagine throwing this on over like a little like bikini bottom. These would be so cute poolside. Like this is the kind of stuff if you ever go to like a beach club or whatever, you see people wearing stuff like this all the time. They're very low-waisted though. And I am just personally not ready for that. But anyway, this is another pretty high-end resort wear brand. I'll probably see again somewhere $30 to $40 on this. Nice little cache of resort wear pieces, again, right at the time where I'm actively looking for them. I really do start selling stuff like that in like early January. It's wild. Next up, oh my goodness, I have sold this specific dress in 2 different colors and they've sold so much faster than I anticipate them selling. So this is from Sparrow, which is an Anthropologie brand. And this is like a wool dress. I think it's 100% wool. It's super lightweight. Oh, 59% wool, 41% viscose. Okay, so that's why it has the drape. This is so like of an era. This feels very late aughts. It's got those dolman sleeves. It's got a little cinched waist and kind of a bodycon bottom. The last one I sold of this was brown and I think it sold in 2 days for like $35. So again, not like a crazy price, but a super fast, decent sale, and I'm always in for that. This is in probably the best condition of any of these dresses that I've picked up. So I'm always excited to find them. I don't know if there's like a demand for this specific dress or not, but again, watch the space. We're gonna start really seeing those late aughts styles come back into current fashion. Like we're already seeing the bubble skirts, which were less of a thing in like the early Y2K era and more of a thing around like 2005, 2006. So, and we're already seeing bandage dresses come back. So do keep your eyes out. So that's a thing, you know? God, they were so uncomfortable. We've only got 4 pieces left and this one weighs about 25 pounds. This is all beads and it's gorgeous. So this is Adrian Vittadini Petites. It's 100% wool. It's size small and it is all over beaded with this cool like Art Deco pattern. I wish you could feel this. Like this is something that you can't have in like a loose tunicky piece because it's just like too heavy. Like you need to spread this weight out over a body, but it's long sleeve and this beautiful like silver and black bugle beads. I'll get you up close on that so you can see it and nerd out like I do. It kind of hits right at hip bone. I don't know if this was a 2-piece set or not, but it's front and back fully beaded. Again, like heavy, heavy, heavy. You know what it kind of feels like? You know when you go to the dentist and they put that like lead apron on you? That's exactly what this feels like. That's exactly the weight of this. I'm not quite sure what I'll get on this. Maybe somewhere between like $30 and $50. I could 100% see like a fashion girly wearing this with a pair of like wide leg trousers to an event. I mean, it's in perfect condition. I'm gonna guess this is late 80s, early 90s, just going by the tag, but it is, again, flawless condition, absolutely flawless. And I, no matter what, could not let this go into the waste stream. I mean, the beads alone, beads are not cheap, y'all. And there's a lot of them on this. Next up, I got these little fuzzy jogger pants. These are from Skims. They've been duped by like every company in the world. They're like a loose jogger fit. They're this like baby pink. Well, they're a size large, extra large, which is great. And they're in great condition. I know a lot of people were buying like the top and bottom sets to these, but they still sell as separates very, very well. It looks like the last pair of these that sold pre-owned on the secondhand market sold for like 35 or 40 bucks, and new with tags are selling like 60 to 70. So very, very cute. Skims is always like a guaranteed fast sell for me. So even if you see it in the regular thrift and it's like the regular price, I would comfortably pay up for it. Now, if it's being jacked up to $19.99, would I pay $19.99 for these? If I was buying for me, sure, but if I'm buying for resale, that's not at all something I would do. But that is not a blanket statement for all things from Skims. There are absolutely some things for which $20 you're still gonna get a great return on, but I don't think that these are that piece. But keep your eyes out for it. If you are unfamiliar, the label is super, super subtle. So it's small and it's debossed and easy to miss. So keep your eyes out for it. I think we are down to 2 to go here. And this is a beautiful little ombre silk cardigan from Eileen Fisher. We love Eileen Fisher. She always sells so well for me, especially these silk pieces. So it's this beautiful like tonal gray ombre, darker at the top, beautiful and floaty on the back. It is a size extra small. I sell the larger sizes better for sure, but extra small still sells. One of you guys had said, and I think it's exactly what it is, our Asian aunties out there absolutely love Eileen Fisher, and so many of them are teeny tiny. So that would make sense as to why I see so much of it and why it sells so well for me. But something like this, I'll probably see somewhere between 30 and 50 bucks on it. It's beautiful condition. And again, like this was probably $500 new. Like Eileen Fisher is so expensive. And I will pick it up anytime I see it, especially when I find the silk pieces and the linen pieces and the wool pieces. And finally, I love this jacket so much. So this is a dark gray vintage leather trench coat. Oh my God. I cannot handle it. I think that this is probably from the 70s and it's got like the perfect patina on it, right? You can tell which shoulder this woman wore her purse on. I always love when I can actually see that wear, but the shoulders are perfectly worn in. It's like a little bit of wear just right around the edges. The leather itself is so supple. There's no size on this. And the brand on it is Emotion. And like the design nerd in me is angry at them for how those letters are spaced. So mad. But the belt is here, present and accounted for. This is the kind of thing that will fly out of my closet. This is so like right now. Leather trenches are having a moment. People really love them. This is like a dark gray. I don't know if that's picking up on camera. This is not black. This is like a dark gunmetal gray. And it is just gorgeous. Great condition other than that like little bit of wear on here. I'll probably see like a good 60, 70 bucks on this, and I have no doubt that this will sell quickly. And this is something that'll go for both like fashion. I can 100% see somebody buying that for fashion, and I can also see somebody buying that for like a costume because it does feel very 70s. But that is it, guys. That is the haul for today. Again, I had a really limited amount of time in the bins, but some really solid pickups, some great style picks, some great vintage. All in here, I think I've got sales of about $1,200 to $1,400. So all in all, it was a great day. But guys, I so appreciate you taking a little bit of your time to hang with me. I know we are all so busy. It is the holiday season. We are all up to our eyeballs. So I appreciate that you choose to spend a little bit of that precious time with me. But guys, if you had fun, please consider leaving a like or a comment on this video. Of course, don't forget to hit subscribe. I would love to have you along on this journey. But without further ado, guys, I hope you have the most beautiful week. Happy hunting, and I will see you all in the next one.